nerve enders. You know, you take something for pain, and you got the iodine and mercurochrome. You know, suppliers with iron oxides and mercury oxides added for numbing pain receptors to the place where you are injured at. It hurts because there's injury receptors down there telling the body. So this gets into those receptors and it deadens it where you don't feel that pain right there, you know. But it still is going down from that nerve center to that place. That still is registering pain. But then these receptors down here at the end, they get numbed where it's not the pain. So and then those things start going up, those nerve receptors, you know, that medicine, that numbing, and it gets up, and it, what is it, how is it numbed? Does it let it wake back up, or is it eating it up? And then it sends these nerves, and goes all the way up to your body, to our minds, and changes into unobtainable freedom. And exactly what I want to do and all the things I want to do are within the limits of God, creations, Creator, and say the commandments and the things we're not to do. And the reason is because 100% forgiveness and grace, you're there. You're it. You know, you meditated, and your energies have risen from your root up through your centers, all the way up to the top where you're in that God feeling. You know, you got your throat where you talk, that feeling, your crown chakras, you know, and this understanding of light, enlightenment, then open up avenues to the God send, you know. So there you are. And you're there, whether you're feeling it or not. That's where you are. And then when you commit one of these infractions, these commandments, you disobey and you do one of those, well, see, that is like taking out one of the lights, you know, one of the connections, and it just starts to dim the whole thing. So can you understand that? And you want your Homo sapiens, you have to stop lying. That takes one of these, and it stops this being, this grace in God mode, where it's so lovely, it's so open, it's so everything. And we can be together. I don't want to just control you. It's to open you. But you need to do the meditation. You have to do certain things in our lives. We have to stop, and we have to take things out for moments in our lives so we can have a connection with this. And that's why we're all so divided up. So that's why I've been saying at 12, it's like 11, 20 something right now. Not quite 11:30. And, you know, 12 noon. Just stop. For whatever reason, you know, we want it to be. It's just at that time of day, we Homo sapiens, we're trying to stop lying. And we're finding that if we stop and we get close to noon, and it runs to after, just to be prepared for that moment after we feel it and we want to feel it some more, then, you know, we'll be a little earlier next time to get into gear. And then, you know, with this meditation and the feeling and the growing and the warmth of it, you know, it's going to increase for everybody. You just got to do it, you know? You just have to do it. And that's, you know, stop whatever we're doing. You see this getting close to 12. Let's just preset this moment so there's nothing disrupting or us whatsoever, so we can have these moments. And it's going to grow, and it's going to run over. The time will become longer. So it's how you feel about what you feel and what we want for this to be. And it's just no grabbing, gripping, holding controls. It's just in freedom. And you keep these commandments of things we don't do, to where you even see that, what that is, and say something, That's how it stops. And they'll be infectious, and they'll get the virus. And can you imagine this growing? The virus growing and spread to all humans, all Homo sapiens. You could say all beings. But see, I believe the animals, because of the way they are, they know already. And that's why they are the way they are. And they're just waiting. They're just waiting for us. And it's to stop these senses of beings, of things that we Homo sapiens have been shown and opened up things to, They're not there for entertainment. They're there for wisdom, and beware of these facts. And it comes from the acts of Islam and what they push and what Muslims are ingredients on. And it's these acts where you can have more than one wife, you can beat them, you can murder them, they can be replaced, they can be 6 years old, but wait until we're going to move it on up to like 12 years old now, okay? We got to hold it off. 9 is just a little too early still. You can keep up with the leggings, just slamming it in there between your thighs and just shoot whatever you do. I mean, I don't know, guys. What would that be? Until she gets old enough so then you can insert it in her vagina. Wow. Now that's got to be pretty trippy. Such a delight. The mass, the thought, the stink of that, it's just, that's not anywhere, And that's what they come to profess, Give me you're tired, you're poor, you're hurt, your mangled masses and all that kind of stuff. And come over and escape oppression. Escape oppression. Learn that this can be done in other ways and forms and shapes and beliefs. And you're covered with 7 centuries of their sins. Because when you give in and you want to do what they want to do, there's sins that are compiled because of all the things and all the tiles piled on upon 700 years. Come on. And you accept that. And we need to get rid of it. We need to let go of it. That's a repentance that's offered through this grace that has been made manifest, because even the thoughts, the sound of mind of the things that were to be brings into the reality, into this world and time now. This actually happened. It came to be. And it's how oppression is lifted off of all beings. And we can see the oppressors. And this is not living in love and grace and freedom and God we trust. This is oppressive governments controlling the intersphere. And must this be IRS taking money for doing and offering what exactly? What? Go on to say, but hey, there's nobody listening. Anyway, makes me feel like, doing some fixing some things and all that, but I can put this into my goth and it just plays so well. You know, and it's such a great feeling. If I were years younger, I would definitely be headed to a Q school because I could practice every day. You know? And that would lead to finer, greater heights. But it's like a notoriety, and see, I've never wished the notoriety, you know, to bring on what that brings on, because it's not what it's meant, you know. When I go play, I just play. I'm playing my game that I try to learn within my playing on myself, to keep in a good, fair play with the course and go by the rules, you know, of dropping the ball and stuff. You know, at the first, you don't do that because, hey, geez, I can't do this, you know. You kick the ball over and get it better into play. Everybody does it, you know. But then when you start refining the processes and understanding, and through some of the teachings that I've had and listened to, you know, have got me that I fought for and sought for to get this plane of golf, to get to the release point. You know, there is a finish point, but see, there's a releasing point in that plane of swing that puts it right to it. Yeah, and I can put that in the game, and it's fun. And I'm not trying to beat somebody, I'm just trying to put this in this game, you know. And if you haven't been, well, I don't know why not, you know. What's the hold up, dude? So what? God, you're the world best and the most famous in the world, but, you know, I want everybody to feel like this, you know. Not even adjust. Now, nobody's listening. Oh well. But you that are, I mean, these are beautiful things. I think they are. You know, like writing on stuff, like there's some people that they do talk, and it's just funny. They're jesting with each other and stuff, and that's just quite comical. It's not people just from like an area, it's like from another country, you know. Of course, the 1 hours, you know, and see the relationship there. And it's really something else. It's you know, not much is said, just mostly toward jest, but I think they try to read some of my stuff, but trying to understand what, you know, that's the thing, you know. Maybe it's, I don't know. Like, I put this up there the other day, so. It's when how I land. When and how. When I land. That's the meaning of that. It's funny how it says, when and how I land. What does that mean? Well, you know, I just told you. Like the sudden shift in the dance going to make you, bringing into one's body spirit of creation's life. Without the Spirit of God, our Creator, created He them in their image. Without, you must now be a what for not looking up at 12 high noon? Every day, stop working in whatever trade show you may be in. Stop doing, doesn't matter what, so long as you're not causing harm to any. Clearing our thoughts, it will get easier day by day. Learn your thoughts of body by becoming still. That's meditation. Lending your breathing to understanding God creation is whammy. The air is even there in the first place. Breathe it in. Are you still with? Here all day. Still no estergirl. Not someone to chat, to be with, and they don't mind doing things because I don't mind doing things for them just the same. You know? It's not, they all do for me. And I think that's pretty cool because they like me. And you know, I just don't sit there and recipient because I have to do, I can get into the flow and I can see what you're doing and I can help you, you know. But to try to do it for everyone, you know, that gets to be impossibility unless we have some sort of a video show where we could reach out and touch people and we'd all be ready because we know the feeling and how it grows every day. And now it's at around 20 till, it's about 22 right now, 20 till to 15 till, I go out and I start to get ready. If it's nice and warm, I take off my shirt like I will today. 80s in here, you know. And I'm going to go out and free my mind and get ready for this 12 noon. This sun, and this energy from it. It's life-giving, and it makes things grow. It's how we grow. Well, like things become rooted so they can't be anything but what they are. The Homo sapiens would stop lying, and it would make a connection. It would connect all Homo sapiens in the entire world. And we don't need to be followed and hindered by any laws because nobody would be breaking those laws in the first place. Then none of this else is needed. So, can you imagine the Crime Stoppers were really the crime integrers? They created the crimes. They invented the crimes. And then, you know, the living is kind of tough, you know, because you can always get caught. So let's make an organization where we'll fight these people, and because we know crimes and we know how to get into things, we will use this knowledge and get them to vote for us and elect us. We get paid for doing this stuff, stopping people that we already, you know, are connected with. Hey, paisan, you know, man, hey, you know what, you know, and then you make these little deals, you know, little swills, and this has a lot to do with our government and our congressmen and our senate. Those boys have been making little deals. They've been putting something out there. It's like Obama had some souls go out connected through his party, and they did make contact with all the players of the Congress and the Senate, and they made this whatever it was, and they accepted, they took it, the majority of them. So now he's got them all caught in this trap, and he's saying, I can executive sign this, I can executive sign that. See, the senators, the Congress, and representatives, they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing in protection of God's grace in this land of America. This thing is real. This is real. It's not just some made-up thing, because it's been made manifest because of the thoughts of mind that has been flashed out into the world, and it's all connected. And then all this has to come down. The governments. There will be food. There will be growers of food, but the growers of food will have what they need, and not some priest weirdo sick-ass desire things where they got to go out beyond that because they got to see it in Hollywood, and oh my God, all the glitter and glow and the drugs and the this and the highs and the lows and the things, and you know, that's nothing but total destruction. That's all it is. Taken away from, you know, God's creation and the mind of thoughts, and obeying the rules and not breaking the holy commandments. But if your book says you can kill and to kill, if your book says you can rape and pillage, and you can own slaves that are left alive to do whatever you want to do with them. If these are the things that your book says to let in, that's what it is. Let me tell you right now, brothers, that is exactly the reason our forefathers that have blanketed America came here to escape in the first place, and to leave those things and possessions of mind and thoughts forever behind, because that is evil against God, and we will not accept it into this land of America. You know, fucking period. Do you get that? Anybody? Well, save grace and pass it on. I don't aim to run over and just let you move over and let me roll. Let me roll, baby, roll. I like to roll, baby, roll. I don't aim to run over unless you move over. Let me roll, baby, roll. I gotta watch something later.